Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, my name is Sandy and I am playing around with this watercolor set. It's by King Art and I got this, I'm pretty sure I got it at Tuesday morning before they closed. But it's a pearlescent watercolor set, and I thought that would be pretty. I did find a link on Amazon, so I'll link that down below. But it came, I didn't realize it came in this nice little set. And it came with one paintbrush. And then you have this side over here where you can kind of do some mixing and things like that if you want. So I think that's nice that you have that little set there. So I just wanted to play around with these colors and show them to you. And what I thought would be fun is I have these wood pieces and I'm pretty sure I got these at Joann's. Pretty sure. And I thought I might try this pearlescent paint on here and see how these look. So let's jump in. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know what you've been up to. I haven't filmed for a few days. I actually have been out in Palm Springs, California and had a really fun time. So I thought I'd swatch a few of these just to see, so you all can see the different colors. But yeah, no, another friend of mine, she has retired also, and so she actually lives in Tucson. And so we said, oh, we should do a trip together. And so we finally were able to get our trip scheduled, as I couldn't fly for quite some time because of my eyes and stuff. So we had a really nice time. I'd been to Palm Springs one time before, but it was for a field hockey tournament. So we spent the majority of the time on the field hockey field or eating. And these colors are so pretty. And when they dry, I'll kind of show you the pearlescent color. Not sure if my earbuds have quit working or not. So hopefully y'all can hear me still. So there's a few of the colors. And then I did some swatches before the camera started, so you can see what they look like dried. And hopefully you can see that kind of shimmer on there. There, I think you can see that. So I thought that might look nice on these wooden elements. So I think I'm just going to kind of just go with colors I like for my butterfly. It's not going to be a very realistic one, but a colorful one. And actually, I want to switch to a smaller paintbrush here. So I'm going just with a really teeny tiny little paintbrush. Yeah, I'm hoping these will look nice. And what I plan on doing is poking a little hole in here. And then I'll hang it as a spine dangle, or part of a spine dangle. And, or you can kind of hang it with a bulb pin off the side of the page. So that could be fun too. So. But thank you for joining me. And if you're new, I don't know if I mentioned, if you're new, my name is Sandy, and welcome. But yeah, I just got back from Palm Springs and had a lovely time. I did find a couple vintage antique malls, and I didn't really find anything that I thought was a good deal. I found some interesting books and things like that, but whew, they had the prices really marked up kind of high, so I didn't buy anything. My friend, she likes Disney, Walt Disney, and she found this really cute little Minnie Mouse statue, so she picked that up. But we did kind of a lot of outdoor stuff, some hiking and things like that, because the weather was very nice. Oh, and I want to do a welcome to my new patrons over on my Patreon site. Thank you so much for joining. And I've already started kind of planning out my May theme for Patreon. And I'll list out your all's names at the end of the video. But I'm so excited that my Patreon site is growing. And I have so much fun making these items for my patrons. Yeah, and if you want to join and receive the May package, then please do so. The theme is going to be fairies and like fairy gardens. So I'm excited for that. And I have some really cool ideas. So I kind of like, hopefully you all can kind of see the shimmer in that. I kind of like it so far. Let me know what you all think. I really like this Pearlescent watercolor paint. I might have to put a coat, like a sealant on top of them, just to keep them, in case they get wet or anything like that. My husband and I went last night to a show at the Kentucky Center for the Arts. It was called Ain't Too Proud, and it was actually about the Temptations, which, you know, I love their music and their songs, but I didn't know much about the band. And it was such a great show. It was really good. And one of the original Temptations singers, he is still alive and he's still in the band. He's 80, I think 81 years old. It's just so impressive. But I had no idea the Temptations are still a band, and they have 5 members. So they have different members. They've had different members over the years, and had no idea. I always thought it was the same people. So they talked about the people who were the original Temptations, and then the life and times of kind of what happened along the way, and how their climb to fame, and their interactions with Diana Ross and the Supremes. It was just really a great show. And oh my gosh, they sang and danced pretty much the entire time. So if you're going to be seeing that in your neck of the woods, I highly recommend it. It's really good. I really like these paints. That shimmer is just so cool. I like that. I'm not really overthinking the colors here. Like I said, I have a link to one on Amazon, my affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any more, but I do get a few pennies from it, literally, if you use my link, so that would be most appreciated. Yeah, these are really neat. I need to think of some other fun. Oh, you know what'll be fun is I'm going to make some cards with these pearlescents. Yeah, that'll be pretty. Make some card sets. Yeah, I might try that next. How pretty. I don't know if you caught on Saturday, I guess it was the 15th of April, Tim Holtz did he does his lives on YouTube when he's introducing his new products, or he's doing, demonstrations to teach us ideas and ways to use his products. But so he did one on the 15th, and they've come out with, I think it was Stampers Anonymous, a bunch of new stamps and stencils. And then of course, he has all his designers do some projects, and they were just so fun. But it inspired me. I got my alcohol inks out, and I played around with my alcohol inks, and I was trying to make some little flowers, or I guess they're kind of big flowers. But I like them. It's very abstract, but that was a lot of fun. It's just fun sometimes to just play, not necessarily making anything that has a purpose, but just kind of making. And that's what I love about his videos. It always gets my creative juices flowing. But I think that's pretty neat. The Stampers Anonymous, apparently they never retire those stamps, which I think is neat. Because a lot of his other stuff, like Ideology and Ranger, I think they retire different items over time if they aren't selling well, or they have some new ones that they want to introduce, and so they retire some of the older ones. I hope y'all can see the shimmer on this, because that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I have a couple bird ones, and I think those will be fun to do. And I have this bumblebee one. So, yeah. So I'll be playing around with these. Another idea is, besides a spine dangle with these, it would be kind of cool to glue these onto the front of a journal, on a journal cover. That might be kind of neat too. Like put 2 or 3 of them. That could be fun too. Get a little dimension on the journal cover. Because I feel like they'll be too bulky for inside a journal. And I want to do the perimeter. And I wonder, I have this right here. Y'all can see it. That color, it's a silver. And I think that is this color right here. I don't know if you can even see it. But I think I want something with a little more color. Oh, maybe one of the pinks. Yeah, that could be nice. Maybe this one. Let's see. Hopefully y'all are still watching with me. I'm almost finished with this. And then I do have a couple that I did before I turned the camera on, and I'll show you those as well. Yeah, I think that's a nice little subtle touch around the edges. Yeah, I did 2 butterflies earlier. Show those to you. We were out in Palm Springs. I had no idea that Coachella was happening. It was starting when we were leaving, thank goodness. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's just a big, music festival. But I just didn't want to. That wasn't the purpose of our trip. So it was going to probably get really crowded. So it's nice to avoid all that. Okay. So if you have any of these wooden pieces, and Dollar Tree sells a lot of these as well, but I think this is just a fun little way, because I'm always trying to figure out the best way to use these things. So here's one I did earlier, and here I did with the greens and purple and pink, and you can see I poked the little hole in it, and I used my Crocodile Big Bite, and then this one is some yellows, pinks, and oranges. Let me flip this over so you can get a good look at them. I think that's so fun. I really like that pearlescent sheen that you get on these. Just adds a little something extra, don't you think? Well, I'm gonna keep painting and just enjoying my day, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me. And if you're interested in joining my Patreon, I'll have the information down below. And again, a big thank you to all of my patrons. It means so much to me, and I'm super excited about the May Happy Mail for the bluegrass tier. Of course, I've liked all the ones I've sent so far, and they seem to like them too, so I appreciate that so much. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Love you all.